We've got Damien Richardson here, and he's one of us, and he's been here since the beginning, and I think that everyone can agree that his intentions are absolutely pure with what he's doing, and that we should all get behind him. He's just going to address us before we head off. So I'll hand it over to Damien.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks, everyone. It's all really great to see you guys still here and see the heartbeat of the resistance movement is still beating. Now, during the pandemic, when I was sitting at home and I had to sit at home for month on end, and then finally I said, this is enough. I can't live with this anymore. I had had a career, a reasonably successful career as an actor, and I knew it was anathema for me to decide to get involved and say no to whatever progressive narrative was going on at that particular point in time, which was clearly COVID. But I knew it was a threat to who I was and my masculinity and my humanity to sit at home in silence any longer. So I joined the protest movement. And my God, it felt good. It felt so good to join with you people in unison and in one. And to fight back against the inhuman processes that were being forced upon us. Staying apart keeps us together, or whatever crap that was. Well, I'll tell you what it really is. Staying together tears them apart. And that's what we're doing. Now, I had no intentions at that particular point in time when I finally decided to make a speech at the steps of Parliament, knowing full well it would be the death knell perhaps to my acting career, because to be an actor or be inside any institutions these days, you have to be a propagandist for globalism. You have to lie to yourself if you cannot accept that truth. Well, it is a truth. It is a reality. So what do we do instead? And that's why I went, okay, there's a federal election. I'm capable of speaking, I'm articulate, I'm across the talking points that so many of you come and tell me about every time I turn up at these things. So I thought I'm going to run to be a member of the federal parliament. And we hear from the common law groups and the common law groups to say that the system is so corrupt that you shouldn't participate in the system at all, because that's only to encourage it. I don't think we're at that point of revolution. Right. And what I would say, if you encourage people not to vote at this upcoming federal election, all you will be doing is encouraging more of the same from the majors, because their supporters will still be voting for them. Those people who choose not to vote will not be voting for an independent voice. And everyone says this political system is corrupt, but they also say, did you hear the speech from Alex Antich? Did you hear the speech from George Christensen? Did you hear the speech from Malcolm Roberts? Clearly people are getting hope from the political system and hearing their voice represented back to them. But all of those voices are either from New South Wales, Queensland, and as I mentioned, one notable exception in South Australia. There's 227 federal parliamentarians. 7 of them are openly out questioning the narrative. Not one of them is a Victorian. How is that even possible when we faced the most draconian lockdowns out of any state? And we also had the biggest protest movement of any state. How proud did it make us all feel late last year when 4 weekends in a row there was 500,000 people gathered on the steps of this parliament demanding justice from a system that wouldn't listen to them. So my call to you people is, let's make a change for the better. Let's make a change for difference, and let's install a Victorian in the federal parliament who's against this aggressive, progressive narrative of globalism. Because I tell you what, after 21st of May, there still will be a federal parliament, and they'll still be enacting laws that will oppress us and stop us from being able to commune and have freedom of movement and association and freedom of expression. Yes. How can you identify the problem if you're not even allowed to talk about it? How can someone's experience not be their experience? That's where we're at. Your experience is not allowed to be your own. So what can I do as a senator? Well, we've got 7 senators at the moment in there. Well, 7 against the narrative, 5 senators, 2 in the lower house. Imagine if after the 21st of May, there was 20 of us. What strength that would give to us, and what purpose that would give to us as a movement. And I'm not a career politician. The system has been gamed by career politicians, blue or red, doesn't matter the colour. And my joke to them is that they should mix the colours together because they are the same party. Blue and red makes purple. And what do we find? Purple is actually the colour of the AEC, the bureaucracy that controls the whole bloody thing. You look at the ballot paper, I've seen the ballot paper recently, I'm B on the ticket. Next to my name, because I'm independent, there's nothing. There's just a blank box. But all the parties have all their insignia next to their name, and that's okay according to the AEC. That's a fair and just election. A fair and just election, my ass. And we're fighting for our children's future as well, of course. So that's what I say. Vote at this coming election. Vote for an independent. Seriously consider voting one for Damien Richardson. Because I only need 1 term in office. I don't have to stay there forever. I just want to make a difference and stand up for our freedoms. Thanks very much. Let's get it going on this march. Cheers.
Thanks very much. All right, everyone. Who's ready to go? We'll get all the banners up the front. Thank you.
Spoken by D. Richardson, authorised by D. Richardson, Melbourne.